Mark Zuckerberg says he is denying that he has a secret understanding, so to speak, with the president when it comes to Trump's Facebook page. He tells Axios, quote, "I've heard this speculation, too, so let me be clear. There's no deal of any kind. Actually, the whole idea of a deal is pretty ridiculous. I do speak with the president from time to time, just like I spoke with our last president and political leaders around the world." Jimmy also points out we've paid $5 billion in fines. We're under antitrust investigation from multiple agencies. And we might lose Section 230.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, what I think is most interesting about the siege of Facebook is that Mark Zuckerberg would tell you this. They've made maybe hundreds of changes to try to appease people, and no matter what they do, they've not been able to do it. They've not been able to satisfy anyone, including Disney, which had been a giant advertiser. One of the things that Zuckerberg has refused to do, and I think that would change people's minds, is directly refute the president and say, I don't want anything to do with him. And I think that the stock would go up and he would get a lot more advertisers. Now, is it really that political? Yes. Because the other companies that are getting the ads, whether it be not Twitter, they're too complicated right now, but a Snap, which reports this week. I mean, they're getting a lot of ads because they're not political. Google, not political, although they were attacked by Attorney General Barr last week in a completely bizarre and totally ill-advised speech. So Zuckerberg really doesn't know what to do. He's in a curious box. He has tried to make concession after concession after concession. He's met with people. It appeases no one. His appeasing strategy has to stop, and he has to just directly say, you know what, I've met with the president and I'm done with him. I just think that we ought to just stay away from politics. I want your advertising. I want to help minority businesses. I'm going to stake minority businesses with $500 million who own this. He has not done this who do Instagram shops. I'm going to listen to what Shopify does. He has to do all these things. Is he going to do them? I think he does it in all good time. $500 million to help minority businesses would be the right thing to do, and he hasn't done it. And I think that's far more important than refuting the president. Why isn't he committing the money to minority businesses? Why isn't he? I have no idea.
Interesting. Reflecting sort of what Steve Case told Andrew this morning, that he will make changes, as you said, in good time. I was struck, though, in the Axios interview, he said he went on to cite many disagreements with Trump, including immigration, climate change, and, quote, his divisive and inflammatory rhetoric, something we haven't really heard from Zuck so far. I did notice, though, Jim, all this, concern about the company. Credit Suisse goes to 305 today.
Well,
from
look,
258.
Really, these big advertisers, they never really did that well with the consumer packaged goods. What happened last week, I did this, Kelly and I did this town hall with Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's talking about the greatest bargain in advertising history is to place ads for smaller businesses with Instagram. And it was rather incredible how much he felt it was such a bargain. He just said it's down and out mispriced. And I know Zuck said those things on Axios against the president. But what he has to say is, listen, I'm done meeting with the president. Now, he is done with meeting with the president for all I know. But you see, he doesn't understand that it sounds like equivocation coming from the man. And he can't equivocate. He has to repudiate. Equivocate, no. Repudiate, yes. And I do believe that his small business is just fantastic. And Gary Vee, who's a really intelligent guy, and I've known him for many, many years, if he says to buy Instagram ads and that's the best bargain, great return on equity, return on investment, that's what you got to do. Gary Vee is not political, and Z's got to be not political.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, we'll certainly watch the Disney element, as you said, the Journal saying that Disney has cut back their ad spend on Facebook and Instagram, the #1 U.S. advertiser in the first half. So we'll see about that, Jim.